You know, late last night when I posted this video breaking down the hypothetical potential Kombat Pack 3 DLC, courtesy of Interloko's findings, I didn't think that I would wake up to the news that we're talking about today. In case you missed it, yeah, I don't know how you did, because every big name publication website online has pretty much shared it. Kombat Pack 3 DLC with a story expansion was planned for Mortal Kombat 1, but because of poor sales of Chaos Reigns, that's getting scrapped. So more than likely, we're only gonna get a few cameo characters. So what's up? It's your boy Dynasty. Obviously, if you're watching the video, I'm hoping that you've probably been watching my most recent content over the last week or so. Initially, we first mentioned that Interloko came across 8 character select screen spots in the game source code, which could hypothetically mean at the most we'd get maybe 8 upcoming cameo fighters, main roster fighters through DLC, a la Kombat Pack 3. Then shortly after that, we started getting more and more updates from Interloko, courtesy of some tests that were being run. Long story short, after using a bunch of fan requests on characters that may or may not end up in this KP3, we made our way to this right here on the screen last night. And now today, it seems like it's over. So we got to talk about exactly what Fate Unknown said, because again, I've been talking about the Kombat Pack 3 leaks all week long, and I did not think that it would finally come to an end. I thought we were just getting into it, but seems like it's over. So if you want to be caught up on everything, I highly suggest watching my videos over the past couple of days, Interloko's videos as well, because I feel like all these publication websites are just taking Fate Unknown's statements without the actual context on why they're being made. Pretty much the reason why Fate Unknown came out and even confirmed there's no KP3 is because of Interloko's findings and certain content creators talking about it. So, you're welcome. Let's break down what Fate Unknown had to say, because I know you guys are chomping at the bit to hear my thoughts. I also have some updates from the Thinny and Interloko since this news broke this morning. And again, in case you missed it, pretty much Fate Unknown is the only leaker that has never been wrong going into the pre-release of Mortal Kombat 1. This dude, Fate Unknown, randomly pops up on the Mortal Kombat Leaks subreddit. Initially, he first gave us all the details to the first ever gameplay reveal trailer a day before the trailer launched. I'm convinced this is probably Ed Boon's burner account, to be honest. There's somebody that works at NetherRealm Studios who's just, you know, kind of always giving us that insight, because WB does not really, do that. They don't allow NetherRealm to communicate with us, at least transparently. So it's been nice having the Fate Unknown leaks over the past year of this game, and it seems like he's back and KP3's dead. So drop a like and fuck. Okay, so this is where it kicked off. On the Mortal Kombat Leaks subreddit, somebody shared this right here. According to recent Interloko video, this has a good chance of being the next Kombat Pack. How do you feel about it? Now, Fate Unknown saw this and said, it is not. In response to that, the OP of the post said, is there even going to be a Kombat Pack 3 then? And Fate Unknown said, no. Shortly after that, in another thread, somebody screenshotted that conversation with Fate Unknown and said, guys, it's so over. And to that, Fate Unknown went on to say Kombat Pack 3 and a second story expansion were planned, all canceled recently. No more characters after the Kombat Pack 2. A cameo or 2 might make it since there has been work done on them, but I don't know yet. Now, in response to that statement made by Fate Unknown, the leaker who's never been wrong, somebody said, thanks for the info. Any idea why they were canceled? And Fate Unknown says, Chaos Reigns sold poorly. Boom! What else do I need to say? Again, I've seen Fate Unknown have the community on his side against them. I remember going back to the day the game came out, like a week in advance, before we knew the final roster characters. We still thought there was going to be a 24th character on the roster, and Fate Unknown came out and was like, there is no 24th character. There's none. Fate Unknown came out and was like, hey, there's not going to be another season of Invasions. Guess what? There wasn't another season of Invasions. So again, the track record is pretty much bulletproof at this point. If he's saying Chaos Reigns didn't sell, that's why we're not getting a KP3, then he's probably right. I mean, it makes sense. Not even a month after the DLC came out, it was pretty much half off across all platforms. So it is what it is. Now, after this news broke, Interloko came out and said, at this point, the only hope is that technically it is not called Kombat Pack 3 and something like Ultimate Mortal Kombat 1. And shortly after that, we got a nice thread from Interloko breaking down some of the stuff that was mentioned. There are things I want to clarify regarding the comments on Reddit. It's funny at this point to read people asking about my background and credibility. It doesn't surprise me. These are the same people who, instead of watching an 8-minute video, want it already chewed. Of course, if you don't see that in the videos over and over again, I'm saying that it's not confirmation, that you should focus on the characters that are not there. Then it's normal for you to think that I confirmed Wolverine. By the way, that was a list based on community feedback. In the video where I confirmed the 6 characters and the announcers of Kombat Pack 2, I showed and commented on the procedure of how I did it. Big mistake. It was from then on that NetherRealm Studios introduced a lot of garbage into the game files and made modifications making the task difficult. Anyone who actually watches my videos knows that I always say when something is confirmed, a guess or speculation, so that doesn't worry me. I just want to clarify for all those who read a summary. I hope those people have made it to this point. And as a final note, seeing that MK Leaks changed their rules regarding the publication of videos, this is where I will only publish my videos from this point on. My hope is that if someone comments on my videos on Reddit, at least take the time to understand the things that are being said. There you go. It's been really unfortunate seeing over the past couple of days, especially this morning, a lot of people turning on Interloko and saying Interloko is lying and nothing but fake news, when from the jump, if you've been watching even my videos, when I'm relaying the message that Interloko shares in his content, I keep saying it over and over again. None of this has been confirmation. These are all the characters that were left after running a bunch of tests via files in the source code. From the jump, Interloko has never came out and confirmed anything for the Kombat Pack 3. Previously, like he said in this thread, if something's confirmed, Interloko will double down and say, hey, this is what's gonna happen. He's never wrong when he does that. The last couple of days has kind of just been like extra. You know, it's been extra credit, just going through the files, trying to piece together anything. And for what it's worth, if it wasn't for Interloko's findings and piecing together all this over the past couple of days, you wouldn't have gotten this response from Fate Unknown. So if you're still kind of salty and upset at Interloko or myself, I mean, kind of the reason why this popped up, just saying. Now, the Thinny actually came out and said this right here. Again, just sharing that according to Fate Unknown, the KP3 and Story DLC 2 were canceled. Seems like Year 3 is no longer happening the way it was meant to happen. Then he followed by saying they spent an entire year honing the game, fixing its bugs, balancing characters, except Sub-Zero, giving us massive quality of life updates, and then they ditch it. I really hope it's not, because the measurement of DLC success is by the DLC's content, not the previous DLC sales. Giving the players the characters they want would be the reason for people to buy a DLC, and not giving them random characters. Look at the number of people who bought only Sector or only Noob or only Ghostface. So that's what the Thinny has to say about all of this. I'm intrigued to see if in the coming days, weeks, Interloko and Thinny manage to come across some other proof in the source code that could suggest stuff is actually being scrapped, because again, Fate Unknown has never been wrong. So yeah, everyone's losing their mind right now. This morning has been insane. I woke up to like 100 Twitter notifications because my video dropped last night discussing what could be that KP3 DLC. You're looking at it right here, and all of a sudden, Fate Unknown was like, nope. So we'll see where this goes. Personally, I'm kind of shocked, just because, again, like we constantly see with these Mortal Kombat games and Ed Boon and the marketing for it, we're gonna support this game for years to come. I mean, they always say that, and they always like to say, we're gonna support it longer than the previous game. Dude, they kind of support all these games more or less for the same time period, and when Mortal Kombat 1 is selling games at a slower pace than Mortal Kombat X, Mortal Kombat 11, you know, if there was ever a time to cut bait and kind of just focus on the next game, I guess this would be it. Obviously, a couple weeks ago, we mentioned how Zaslav, the head CEO at WB, pretty much said he wants to continue focusing on their money-making licenses and properties. He wants to see more Mortal Kombat games and content out there, so with this Mortal Kombat 1 game being arguably one of the most polarizing in the franchise ever, it really doesn't shock me that they kind of want to just cut bait and move on to the next game. Hold the L, you know, dust themselves off, and start focusing and working on Mortal Kombat 2, MK2, whatever the next Mortal Kombat game is. Again, things are always subject to change. Obviously, maybe we'll see a statement from Ed Boon coming out later today, because I'm telling you, every publication's now talking about this. I would be shocked if Ed Boon did not come out and, you know, at least give a blanket statement that could kind of confirm at least more cameo fighters, because that's the one thing that we know for sure we're going to get, because when Chaos Reigns got released, he was doing all those interviews at San Diego Comic-Con. He kept mentioning some more cameos and things of that sort. So when we didn't get cameos as parts of the KP2, it kind of made no sense. So I know for sure we're definitely going to get a few more cameos, but it's probably not going to be called the Kombat Pack 3 DLC. It's going to be called like the Cameo Fighter Pack, I guess. And that might be the game. And it's just really unfortunate, because I feel like at this point in time, even though I'm not necessarily playing more Mortal Kombat 1 than I was previously, by all accounts, it seems like the game's in a better state than it was previously. Granted, we still don't even have lobbies. You can't create rooms in this game still. But for the most part, it seems like a lot of people are actually enjoying Mortal Kombat now than they were previously. But with us already getting no new invasion seasons, dare I say that the writing has been on the wall for a while. So again, we'll see what happens. I would be shocked if Ed Boon didn't come out and at least confirm we're still going to support Mortal Kombat 1 without really confirming how much more content you'll be getting. Again, I would be shocked if we didn't get at least a few more cameos, and that's where we are. So there is your update. The game's dead. Everyone said I was tripping when I said this game was undercooked long time ago, but if they really do stop supporting this game, even if they give it just a few more cameos, isn't this less support than Mortal Kombat 11? It is what it is. I just wanted to come on here really quickly and give you guys a quick update, because all morning I've just been swamped with questions about what Fate Unknown said, and in case you didn't see the video last night and you just now watched it this morning and you think it's confirmed, shit just changed drastically. Welcome to Mortal Kombat, where overnight hopes and dreams are destroyed and created. So I love you guys. Thank you for watching, and I hope that you guys can understand that, you know, Fate Unknown isn't wrong. Interloko isn't wrong. By no means did Interloko come out and say 110% this is confirmed. So I really hope that a lot of you guys aren't attacking my friends, because all Interloko was trying to do was figure out the future. And I mean, given that it brought out Fate Unknown, I think Interloko succeeded. So go tell Interloko you love him. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, do me a solid. It takes you a second. Drop a like on it, subscribe to more MK content like this on the channel. Of course, you guys already do know if we get some more updates from Fate Unknown, Ed Boon, anyone in particular in regards to the future of MK, I'll have that on the channel ASAP. Just really wanted to give you guys a full rundown with my quick thoughts, and honestly, I'm fucking overwhelmed. I did not expect this game to completely be shelved already, but it makes sense. It makes sense, given, like I just mentioned earlier, how this is arguably one of the most polarizing Mortal Kombat games ever. I don't blame the team for probably wanting to just put this one away, work on MK2, and capitalize off of the good things that this game brought, and just leave out the cameo system, and hopefully bring back some rooms and lobbies in the next MK game. So bittersweet to know this game's ending, but also I'm kind of excited, because that means that they're probably already working on either Injustice 3 or MK2, or maybe another side Mortal Kombat game, maybe a story-oriented game a la Shaolin Monks 2, you know what I mean? So it is bittersweet to know that support's over, but that's also a nice little, you know, cheeky way to get excited about the future for Mortal Kombat. So I'm excited to see where we go from here, but hey, KP3, it's canceled, and you can blame Chaos Reigns for that. Told you, WB, this is what happens. You fuck around, you find out. But Black Friday sale's still out there. You can buy it for half off. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.
Yeah, stepping on it crack, but I'm not superstitious. Count all these racks, I be steady counting my digits. Stepping on it crack, I am not superstitious. Counting all these racks. racks, I be steady